Sing through my voice, play through my hands, let the way be open.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Summer Solstice celebration by the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans. My name is Jerry Hildebrand and I'm the president of the organization, and I would love to welcome you to this somewhat unusual but virtual celebration of the dances to the sun and the fires and the balance between the winter holidays, the spring, and moving into the rest of our summertime and the fall. So enjoy, stand up, dance to the music, take your drums out, get your rattles, shake them, move about, listen, and see where you're rooted. Where does the sense of the earth being holy root you in who you are? Now let's celebrate. Blessed be.
The summer solstice is a day that has been celebrated for tens of thousands of years. At times it may have had different names when it was celebrated in different cultures, but the one thing that all cultures have in common is that they celebrated the sun and the force of life that came from it. One of the great descriptions of how the sun worked came from Egyptian mythology. The sun would take its journey below and above the celestial equator. It would reach what is called its nadir below the equator, which we know as the winter solstice, and then would make its long journey up. When it crossed the equator and stayed there a few days, that was the equinox, and then it would continue its journey upwards until it would reach its apex, the place where it was most powerful. That is what we celebrate when we come to celebrate the solstice, the power, the strength, the magnificence of the sun at its peak that gives life, light, and warmth to the world. We celebrate the longest day as the sun prepares to make its journey once again down towards the celestial equator and towards the autumnal equinox. So let us dance and sing and be in joy while we have the sun.
We come from many places, our ancestors from many lands. To honor them and each other, and to create the sacred circle, our chalice lighting at the digital common altar will be a little different. I invite you to imagine all the CUUPs chapter members and Unitarian Universalists and their ancestors around the world. Imagine a circle of light being created by the traveling chalice flame, linking us one to another in this digital sacred space that we create together. Jerry, our CUUPs president, lights the initial flame from General Assembly in virtual Rhode Island. She passes the light to the other board members, and when it comes to you, be ready. Light your personal chalice and step into the sacred circle. In this way, we pass the light one to another around the world through all the continents and come together. The many made one to light the common chalice together. If you know the words, I invite you to sing along.
One spirit in the dark, like a candle wavers. Many spirits joined as one, burn with the power of the blazing sun. There is strength in community. circle empowering you and me. The circle binds yet sets us free. In the Goddess' name, so mote it be. One spirit in the dark, like a candle wavers. Many spirits joined as one, burn with the power of the blazing sun. There is strength in community, a circle empowering you and me. The circle binds yet sets us free. In the Goddess' name, so mote it be. One spirit.
And having circled the globe, we arrive back at virtual Rhode Island here in General Assembly. Please join me in the words of the common chalice on our digital altar. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share.
Spirit of the air, you who bring forth the breath of life, you fill our lungs. You give us the strength as you lift us up on our wings to fly. You promote life for each and every being in the breezes that you send and in the breath of life. Breathe upon us this day as you enter into this sacred space.
Spirit of fire, you who bring us warmth, creativity, and passion. You give us heat that we may stay warm in the coldest of days. You provide us light so that we may see in the darkest of nights. Fire both creates and destroys. May we keep our inner flame alive and without harm as we go through the transformation of fire as we enter into this sacred space.
Spirit of water, you who provides us the vast oceans and the flowing streams. You who are the basis of life on this fertile planet, from the falling rains that nourish our fields to the fluid from which we birth. Our emotional well-being floats on your waves and ripple along the paths you carve as you travel across the land. Your power is evident in the rushing rivers and solace observed in the quiet ponds. Be with us now as we enter into this sacred space.
Spirits of earth, you who give us the abundant foundations of life. You who give us the stability and confidence from which to grow. You gift us quiet patience and enduring perseverance from the stones, from the caves, from the forests, and from the fields that you provide. Help ground us on this day as we enter into this sacred space.
Spirit of metal, combined and concentrated powers of the earth, you who represents the strength and ingenuity of humankind, who allows us to build and mold, shape and make strong, who made possible the hammer of Thor and the axes of Shango, the surgical knives of Ogun and Sekhmet, the sturdy structures of Ptah, and the fiery forges of Lu, Hephaestus, and Vulcan, now stand strong with us, about us, and within us as we create this sacred space.
Gracious Spirit, we come to you from many places. We call you by 1,000 names. May all remember we are cells in your body and dance together. You are the grain and the loaf that sustains us each day. And as you are patient with our struggles to learn, so shall we be patient with ourselves and each other. We are the radiant light and the sacred dark, the balance. You are the embrace that heartens and the freedom beyond fear. Within you, we are born, we grow, we live, and we die. You bring us around the circle to rebirth. Within us, you dance. We dance. And today we dance the sacred fires of the summer solstice. Aho Ashe, and blessed be.
Invocation of the Ancestors. We call to those who have come before us. We call to our ancestors. To those of blood of our tribes of origin from every continent, roots planted deep in the earth, stretching across the globe. To those of our communities, those who struggled for peace and dignity, fought for equality, and built our families of identity, location, and home. To those of the land upon which we live and worship, the many tribes and nations, the indigenous peoples, displaced and persecuted, those who hold the knowledge of this ancient land. O ancestors, we honor you and invite you forth, bringing your gifts of wisdom, strength, and connection. Hail and welcome.
We invite you to take this time for meditation in the form you most need today. If you would like a seated meditation, find a comfortable spot to sit with your feet flat on the ground. Hold your body open and loose to let the body's natural energies flow freely. If you would like a moving meditation, we invite you to drum along with the gentle beats in the song. You can also rise and gently walk along to the music and visuals, perhaps sometimes taking a gentle turn or curve as you walk to help weave a virtual labyrinth of imagination with the others gathered in the sacred circle today who are also choosing to walk. If you need a grounding, breathing kind of meditation experience, we invite you to lay down on the ground with your device nearby, perhaps with your eyes closed and your face turned to the sun, so you can enjoy its warmth on your face and feel the wind rustling the trees up above. Breathe deep as we enter into this quieting moment.
Listen, you can hear her voice in the wind song. Listen, 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 listen. You can hear her rumble in the earth heart. Listen, 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 listen. You can hear her laughter in the river's run. Listen, 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 listen. From the blue of the sky to the rustle of the leaves, waves crash and a falcon's wing beat. Listen, 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 listen. A newborn wail or a dying cry, lovers moan, mothers sigh. Listen, 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 listen. Lightning bolt, a hurricane, summer breeze, a wolf's refrain. The pounding of your heart, the pounding of your skin, bare feet on black dirt, blood rush within. Listen, 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 listen. You can hear her voice in everything, every breath you take, every song you sing. Listen, 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 listen. The mother speaks, the world's her voice, echoes reverberate, souls still space. Listen, 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 listen.
Advice from a Tree by Ilan Shamir. Dear friend, stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of a greater source. Think long term. Go out on a limb. Remember your place among all living beings. Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance. The energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer, the wisdom to let go of leaves in the fall, the rest and quiet renewal of winter. Feel the wind and the sun and delight in their presence. Look up at the moon that shines down upon you, and the mystery of the stars at night. Seek nourishment from the good things in life, simple pleasures, earth, fresh air, light. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water. Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible. Remember your roots. Enjoy the view.
In the responsive reading for today, Erica will lead us. You're invited to respond along with Deborah.
You and I and all of us blew about with the winds of summer.
Following the sun in different ways of freedom and play.
Finding rest in the cool stillness of the shadows, and moving to the slow heat-struck rhythms which turned the long hours of summer light.
Now is the time for gathering in. We come together at this time and in this place on the bridge of autumn.
Summer is fading backward into memory, and winter waits in snowy brilliance.
We meet with eagerness and delight, needing one another for sharing.
We have joys and sorrows and hopes to share, questions, things we care about and want to make better.
Things that we would like to understand, ideas waiting to be heard.
Today, we are together in gladness, once more the special community that we call our church.
A community of all ages that sings its songs, tells its thoughts, asks its questions,
and search us together with courage and love.
Affirmation. I want to be with people by Dana E. Worsnop. Often, people say that they love coming to a place with so many like-minded people. I know just what they're getting at, and I know that they aren't getting it quite right. I don't want to be with a bunch of people who think just like me. I want to be in a beloved community where I don't have to think like everyone else to be loved or to be eligible for salvation. I want to be with people who value compassion, justice, love, and truth, though they have different thoughts and opinions about all sorts of things. I want to be with independent-minded people of good heart. I want to be with people who have many names and no name at all for God. I want to be with people who see in me goodness and dignity, who also see my failings and foibles, and who still love me. I want to be with people who feel their interconnection with all existence and let it guide their footfalls upon the earth. I want to be with people who see life as a paradox and don't always rush to resolve it. I want to be with people who are willing to walk the tight rope that is life and who will hold my hand as I walk mine. I want to be with people who let church call them into a different way of being in the world. I want to be with people who support, encourage, and even challenge each other to higher and more ethical living. I want to be with people who inspire one another to follow the call of the Spirit. I want to be with people who covenant to be honest, engaged, and kind, who strive to keep their promises and hold me to the promises I make. I want to be with people who give of themselves, who share their hearts and minds and gifts. I want to be with people who know that human community is often warm and generous, sometimes challenging, and almost always a grand adventure. In short, I want to be with people like you.
The images you're about to see celebrate our UU Earth-centered and pagan clan. We celebrate the congregations who host you. We celebrate the friends we have in the broader community. We celebrate the difference we make standing for the sacred planet and the life it gives to us. So come to the dance. Bring the drums, bring the flutes, bring the spirited self in whatever way it appears. Come sing, come play, come celebrate our sacred ways. We are community. The web is wide from east to south to west to north. We are the weavers. We are the change makers. We are the ones to get things done. We invite you to listen and dance.
Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's the sound of change. That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. Wind blows, lifts you up, lets you touch the sky, and the fire burns your spirit black, forges freedom's cry. Water flows through your veins, becomes your salty tears, and the earth she turns upon her course, marks your living sound of change. That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. Wind blows, lifts you up, lets you touch the sky, and the fire burns your spirit black, forges freedom's cry. Water flows through your veins, becomes your salty tears, and the earth she turns upon her course, marks your living years. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's the sound of change. That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. Wind blows, lifts you up, lets you touch the sky, and the fire burns your spirit black, forges freedom's cry. Water flows through your veins, becomes your salty tears, and the earth she turns upon her course, marks your living years. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's the sound of change. That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. Wind blows, lifts you up, lets you touch the sky, and the fire burns your spirit black, forges freedom's cry. Water flows through your veins, becomes your salty tears, and the earth she turns upon her course, marks your living years. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's the sound of change. That's the sound of change. Oh, that's the sound of change. Wind blows, lifts you up, lets you touch the sky, and the fire burns your spirit black, forges freedom's cry. Water flows through your veins, becomes your salty tears, and the earth she turns upon her course, marks your living years. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, and the earth turns. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's the sound of change.
One of the purposes that CUUPs National has is to encourage greater use of music, dance, visual arts, poetry, story, and creative ritual in Unitarian Universalist worship and celebration. As you can see, our CUUPs chapters bring their home congregations opportunities full of joyful vibrancy and a creative energy that is simply inspirational. We hope you enjoyed this year's CUUPs chapter highlight reel. We at the CUUPs board wish we could show you each and every single CUUPs chapter in their unique vibrancy and potent energy. Whether a newly forming chapter or a long-established one, we hope you will keep on dancing, keep taking pictures, and share them with us and each other throughout the coming year.
As we complete our time together today, honoring the summer solstice, let us stay open to the world around us. We are the earth in our solid and tangible form, living and breathing, or as nourishment to the planet when we pass on. Stay rooted and planted in your values, aspirations, and vision. The waters flow through our veins. We are birthed from it, and it is what we need to sustain our health and well-being. Let it help us flow into the dreams and energies we need to create and enjoy life. Dance in the energy of this fire circle, this fire celebration during this time. Let it fuel your passion, keep your visions expanding, and offer the warmth of your heart and love to humanity. Your life is forged like metal by bending and recreating your next step. You are the hammer and the anvil needed to make the difference in your communities. Listen to the air enter in and out of your body. Smell the air around you as the seasons change. Listen to the sounds that carry in the air. Listen to the life around you to stay present. Honor those who came before you, for you are their dreams and desires manifest in hope and love. We are shaping the next generations. Pass your love on. And remember to revel in the beauty of your spirit. You are made for this time in the world. Be inspired. Be empowered by the dreams and magic that you are here to create.
And so our time together in joyful summer celebration has come to a close. We prepare ourselves to leave the sacred circle, to leave this portion of virtual Rhode Island. I invite you to rise in body or spirit and hold up your personal chalice flame in a salute to all those present, their ancestors and their homelands. The many made one church here today in this sacred circle. Together here at Virtual General Assembly to celebrate each other, our chapters, our home congregations, the sun, and the summer solstice. For one last time, from your homelands, please join me in the words of our common chalice at the digital altar. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Blessed be.
I hope that was fun for you. I know it was fun for all of us to bring this to you and to celebrate and create something to have a sense of the holiday for all of you at General Assembly. We miss being with you personally and hugging and loving and all of that fun stuff. But it's been a real joy for the entire board of CUUPs to bring this special video to you all. At the end of this video, you'll see some slides to thank some of the people who helped us do this. I want to give a special shout out to Kat Rigby, who produced this video for us, and to Abby Spinner McBride and Spower Rhythm for graciously letting us use their music to bring the sense of dancing around the fires and the life to a ritual. We love you. We honor you. Have a great summer and enjoy the rest of the season. Blessed be.
Sing through my voice, play through my hands. Let